I can't. Let me make this right. Please.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Tamika Woods, do you take Eric Wright to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Eazy was lying on his deathbed, dying of AIDS, and he got married to Tamika on that deathbed.
Yes.
Signed the the marriage certificate as he was dying.
Right.
Now, was it his signature? Probably. Did he know what he was signing?
Right.
As you're
and
a
nobody
day or
was
two,
there to protect his interests.
Right. She wouldn't, one of the things they said is she would not let his own parents or his children see him in the hospital.
Wow.
Apparently they got married on his deathbed.
Yeah.
There's that.
Then there's that.
And was that a valid signature as a person's dying of AIDS?
Right. And unconscious.
And probably unconscious. Yeah. I mean, did he actually sign
And
it or not?
just signing because sign here. Do you actually know what you're signing? I mean, you could have just been, your signature was legible, as the judge said, but do you know what you were signing?
Right. I mean, you're days away from dying of AIDS.
Yes.
Right.
You're clearly not in your complete mental state by any stretch of the imagination. And I think that's where some of the anger and the bitterness and everything else like that comes from.
Because nobody was allowed to see him. She wouldn't let anybody in. So if it was the way that they depicted to be, why couldn't somebody see him? Why couldn't his kids, just his kids, go in?
His parents.
Forget anybody else. Yeah.
Oh, his own parents couldn't see him.
At one point, they couldn't.
Oh, wow.
There was no explanation as to why. This just was a lot of
mystery and
that's the best one. Mystery surrounding it.
Yeah.
Because after a while, they started. They put him in the first room he was in. Then they was letting people come. Then when you came back, they had more rules. Okay, only these people can go. Then they put him in a different room in another place. Then only his mom can go or his father, and stuff like this. And it was just it started getting too hectic, and I stopped going.
It's Bone Thugs' new LP, man. Everybody thinks it's gonna be cool when it drops. It's gonna be huge, man.
Perform, Thugger bomb, and they got it going on, and I just want to know what's going on with you guys in the future, where you guys are headed.
Well, right now, you know what I'm saying, we got a new album coming out called East 1999 Eternal. Our album right now, triple platinum.
It's a double platinum album! And they deserve it. Don't y'all think so? I said, don't y'all think so?
Eazy-E called you one day from the hospital.
Yeah, I was at his house shooting in Norwalk. And he called me, and I'm like, what was he calling me for? He bugging me on my set. I had to stop shooting. And he called me and said, hey, watch yourself. Huh? I don't remember nothing else but watch yourself. He said that twice. And I didn't know what he was talking about till later when I found out what he had, because he never wanted me to know he had AIDS. He never told me. I didn't get to go to the hospital, nothing at all. The crazy thing is when I walked in, I did not know he couldn't talk. So I go in, I grab his hand, and I'm talking to him. He ain't responding, but I feel his hand. He was not supposed to move. His hand ain't supposed to move. But I feel him like he knew I was there, that he might be able to hear me. And then when I went out, that's when I found out he was in an induced coma. I'm like, I'm up here talking to him, and I'm like, what?
How come Ren didn't show up? That's a weird one.
See, people
Ren
don't know. Ren was
Ruthless.
feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? I think Ren had an issue as well after everybody left. I think Ren really had an issue because one time he came out on Box Talk and he was like, well, I think NWA should just be me, Dre, Cube, and Yella. You know what I mean? So he was having this little issue because Ren wasn't around. He wasn't hanging with us. He wasn't touring with us. He wasn't at the spot because we had a spot that we kicked it. You know what I'm saying? It was a house in Norwalk where this is when we ain't touring, this is where we at. Just chilling, drinking, smoking, doing our thing. Ren wasn't around. I didn't see Ren. Let me tell you when I seen Ren. When they did the what's that one song that ba-da-ba-ba, easy, ba-da. When they shot that video for him, that's the first time I seen Ren in the flesh. I never seen him at the office.
He was signed to Ruthless the whole time.
He was still signed to Ruthless.
Right.
So, you know, I guess he had his issue too. So maybe he just was like, maybe he was feeling some type of way. I don't know.
So basically, it was just Yella. Was Yella around during this time?
Yella was there all the time.
All the time.
Yella stayed down. I got so much love for Yella. He stayed all the way to the end, yeah.
Dre.
How is he doing? Can he talk? Can he?
Nah, man. He in a fucking coma.
Did Cube and Dre show up at the hospital?
They all showed up at the hospital, yeah.
Okay, you showed up at the hospital?
Yeah, I went to the hospital too. Dre came a little bit before me, an hour or so before me.
Okay.
And Cube made it came earlier that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you guys didn't actually...
No, we didn't see each other, no.
Interesting.
Once Ice Cube got the official word of Eazy's condition, he rushed to the hospital to check on him.
I wasn't gonna go, and then I just went. And they said that he was unconscious. So I was like, okay, I'm staying. I got a room right down the street, and I was like, if he come to, you know what I'm saying, I can come up here. You know, just call me. I'm right down the street. So, you know, I never got no call. You know, so I just figured, okay. I didn't want to just go in the room and just look at him, you know what I'm saying? I just was like, okay, if he come through, I can go in there, I can talk to him. But if he don't, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna come back.
Rapper Eazy-E has died after a battle with AIDS.
He was among the most powerful voices of his generation. An originator of a music style, the rapper received more than 2,500 calls a day from well-wishers and well-known members of the
NWA. Flight was 31.
Eazy wrote me a personal letter to read to each and every one of his fans and loved ones. I just feel that I've got thousands and thousands of young fans that have to learn about what's real when it comes to AIDS. I would like to turn my own problem into something good that will reach out to all my homeboys and their kin. Much love to those who have been down for me. And thanks for your support.
And then he say this, I don't know, script, whatever, that E supposed to wrote. And when I heard it, he don't say homeboy. He don't say this. That's how I knew he didn't write it. I knew that. I was like, he didn't write that. So they had to write it, you know, I guess once he died or something. I don't know when they wrote it, but I know he didn't write that last thing.
Wish we were there. Wish we were there, breaking all the rules. When niggas try to play fair. Ain't nothing fair in this game of life. You gotta get yours before you lose your life. The game is designed for them to win. You think I'm lying? Visit the pen. They already got a number reserved for your ass. Don't be a fool and join their class. They want you to enroll in their institution so they can pimp you with their new form of prostitution. Wake up, my niggas, and hear me clear. Don't be a slave to this game called fear. You got a mind, you gotta use it. Because if you don't, they will abuse it. Don't be a victim to their game. Learn the rules, my niggas, and do the same. There's a lot more money on that other side. And my niggas, you don't have to run and you don't